is honestly one of the dumbest fucking stories that I've read in a while. You have a woman claiming that she was being held against her will in Jamaica and they weren't letting her leave, and she had a bunch of people riled up thinking that she was about to get sex trafficked, while the truth of the matter is she caught COVID and they told her that she had to quarantine and she didn't want to. COVID-19 positive airline stewardess fakes abduction to get out of quarantine. The JetBlue Airways stewardess who reported that she was being held hostage in Jamaica is expected to depart the island later today after being quarantined for 14 days owing to a positive COVID-19 test result. Kalina Kohler, who convinced social media influencers including Amanda Seales that she was being held against her will in Jamaica, tested positive twice when she was expected to depart the island. Kohler arrived in Jamaica on January 28th and was scheduled to leave on February 1st. On Saturday, January 30th, she did an antigen test and that resulted in a positive, and she did another test that was a negative. Owing to the uncertainty of the two tests, the Ministry of Health and Wellness recommended a PCR test, which came back as positive. So she took like 3 COVID tests, and apparently one was positive, one was negative, and so they did another one that was positive. So she had to sit there and wait and see what people were going to do. And what they did was give her a 14-day quarantine order by the health ministry, because in the United States, the protocol is you can't enter the country with a positive result. So if you test positive for COVID out of the country, you can't come back until you have quarantined. And the hotel she was staying at offered to have her there at no extra cost. So you went to Jamaica on vacation and you caught Rona, and they offered to keep you there for 14 days at no cost. And if you said no to that, they were going to transfer you to a government facility. And if I'm somebody who's vacationing in a country I've always wanted to go to, and then for some odd reason, whatever I was doing, I caught the virus, I had a choice of either going to some horrible government facility where they probably weren't going to treat me as nice, or to stay at the hotel I was staying in for 14 more days at no extra cost. I'm taking those 14 days, I'm shutting the fuck up, and I'm ordering as much room service as I possibly fucking can. The airline stewardess who was seen relaying her dissatisfaction about being held hostage on Instagram has rocked the island's tourism sector and is threatening to destroy the resort's reputation. She convinced over 100,000 viewers that she was being held hostage, kidnapped, and trafficked in Jamaica. How? Like, why are you doing that? Why would you sit there and destroy a building's reputation because you broke the rules, you caught the virus, and instead of following their protocol, you're getting pissy and telling people that, oh my God, guys, I'm being held hostage. I don't know what's going on. They won't let me leave. I think I'm going to be trafficked. Motherfucker, you were just sitting there for 14 days. Shut the fuck up and take your lick. Although the regional director of Jamaica Tourist Board, Odette Dyer, reached out to her and assisted with securing proof of the COVID-19 status of Kohler, she reportedly did not take down the video until her employers intervened. So apparently she had a bunch of videos up, I guess, bashing the hotel and calling out people for keeping her trapped in a hotel room while she's tested positive for Rona and she's supposed to sit there in quarantine for 14 days. And so they sent people to verify the COVID test, and they verified it was positive, and she still would not take down these videos until I guess her employers found out the stupid shit she was doing and probably told her, hey, either delete this or you're fired. You know, like a sensible thing a company would do. When you're embarrassing a company, they have two choices: either go along with your stupidity or fire you because of your stupidity. And I guess she is a stewardess for, I guess, JetBlue, and they weren't with the bullshit. So they gave her the choice, and she chose to keep her job, which is a smart idea. Efforts to get her to retract the story proved futile because she had also removed her Instagram profile. Yesterday, Deputy Superintendent of Police Cordea Ashley and a team from the Falmouth Police Division visited the resort to verify Kohler was not being held under duress. So, not only did people try to verify the COVID test and verified it was COVID, they also sent the police to verify that she was not being held under duress. And I get that people nowadays don't listen to the police, but when you're sending people to confirm a situation, and then they confirm the situation is not what you were told, then guess what? The situation is not what you were told. And I find it odd that people are seemingly still going around and talking about this, saying, oh, she's still trapped in Jamaica. Meanwhile, there's a video of her and her mom at the airport, and the mom is complaining that people are, or I guess, asking questions, trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, because that's what reasonable people do. You know, reporters, when people make claims on social media, motherfuckers are going to want to ask you directly about them, especially if evidence comes out that you are a lying piece of shit. And this woman who did all of this extra shit is a lying piece of shit. Sorry to have to point that out to you all, but that's what the fuck she is. How are you going to go on vacation and then catch the Rona and then be told that, hey, you're tested positive, you can't really leave, the US isn't going to let you back in the States, you can stay here for 14 more days at no extra cost? And instead of just sitting there and doing that, no, hey guys, I'm fearing right now because they won't let me leave, and I think it's unfair that they're going to let me leave. It's just like the stupidity in so many people is astonishing these days. And I saw a lot of people getting mad because people didn't jump on the story and join the bandwagon. Well, now a lot of y'all have to walk back those statements. You have to sit there and just have egg on your face for a little minute because she lied. It's just that point blank and simple. She lied to y'all, and she honestly deserves to get fired from her job at this point. I get that people don't care about COVID and you all think it's fake and you think it's not a big deal. That's cool. That's your opinion, your life. Go about your life how you see fit. But in terms of businesses and companies, they're going to have to abide by certain rules around COVID. And if you break those rules, they have to enforce punishment or rules upon you. And you can't do nothing except for just take it. And honestly, this didn't seem that bad. Imagine going to Jamaica, being at this hotel, and then being told, hey, you have to stay here for 14 extra days at no cost. Like, what were you sitting there bitching about? What are you so destined to come back to America to do that you are upset that you can stay in Jamaica for 14 more days? Yeah, you couldn't leave the room, but fuck, no extra cost. None. I would have took that. I genuinely would have sat there and enjoyed them 14 days of solitude and then went home, rest, and relaxed. But because this person's dumb and wanted to make a big ruckus, she's instead going to possibly lose her job and just be an asshole joke for a while. So that's the video. Subscribe to the channel, follow the podcast on Spotify, follow my Twitch. Just be wiser with the information you choose to read. And next time when something like this happens, be skeptical about what you see. Bye-bye.